The Hazardous lies in 7 metres of water on a sandy, clayey seabed. In 2014, the site dramatically uncovered, revealing the inside of the ship. Here are a group of guns situated on the remains of the gun deck. Near the centre of the site, somewhere within the hold of the ship, lie partially exposed barrels. These barrels would have carried the ship's provisions for the long voyages. The exposure of the barrels makes them vulnerable to biological and physical decay, and this is why the exposed staves and lids have rotted away, revealing the inside of the barrels. This area will be the focus for excavation planned for this year. The results will help us understand what life was like on board an early 18th century warship. Here on the west side of the site, looking in a northwest direction, it is clearly evident that past periods of prolonged exposure has led to the decay of the surfaces of these timber frames and planks. This is one of the guns from the main gun deck. Here are two more, the lower pointing through the side of the ship. These guns are all lying on the port side, identifying the ship had rolled over during the wrecking process, and therefore some of the guns have slid from the starboard side. Below the guns, one can see the remains of deck and half beams from the gun deck. Immediately below this are a cluster of animal bones, probably cow. Salted beef would have been part of the crew's diet. Amongst the animal bone, a single block had recently uncovered, and this could suggest a location close to the boatswain's store. Even outside the main body of the wreck, artefacts can be found. Here is a pewter plate. Found lodged between two frames on the east side of the wreck, a truck from a gun carriage was discovered. This was probably carried as a spare. Again, this was an artefact that had only recently become exposed. Back near the centre of the site, just a few metres forward of the barrels, two gun carriage axles were found amongst firewood. They were probably no longer good enough for service, and therefore going to be used for firewood. To demonstrate just how much the site uncovered in 2014, a further 10 guns were found that had never been seen before. Due to the rapid exposure of the site and vulnerability of the surviving archaeological remains, excavation will begin this year. The team will be led by licensee Ian Grant.